Today we're going to be learning about a famous artist whose name is Vincent van Gogh. Van Gogh is famous for many different paintings, but one of the most famous was his painting of A Starry Night. And I have his original painting right here. If you can see, he uses a lot of different techniques, and we're actually going to be doing those today. One thing to know about Van Gogh is he discovered painting after many different career options. He tried being a preacher or an art seller, and it didn't work out for him. So he actually discovered that he was a good painter after that and sold many paintings. But the interesting fact was all of Van Gogh's 800 or more paintings were created in the last 10 years of his life. So if you can imagine 800 paintings in a 10-year period. Pretty interesting. Van Gogh worked day and night on his paintings. Sometimes he would forget to sleep, he would forget to eat, and he would spend most of his money on his paints and painting supplies. This is a passion if you can't recognize that. One way Van Gogh showed motion in his work was by color. We're going to be using a lot of color today to show motion, and that is one way that Van Gogh did. Also, he did a lot of swirling circles and rings. We're actually going to be doing that in our Starry Night painting. If you look at his painting of Starry Night, you can see the colors radiating out of the picture, and it actually looks like the clouds are moving and the stars are shining because of the radiating colors. So we're actually going to be doing that today. So I'm going to demonstrate to you how Van Gogh did this, and we're going to be using paper ripping and paint to do this. So on this black piece of paper, this is my background, and as you can see, what I did was I ripped a piece of blue paper, and this is a hill. This is my hill. And then I am going to tear some other papers. I think this is going to be a building right here. So let's see how I can tear this to make my building. And I want to make it pointy because I wanted it to look kind of like the tip of a building. So here's my point. I'm just going to place it right here. Normally we would glue, but see? And you're just going to tear whatever you want. You can make houses, you can make a church, you could make your house, you could make a neighborhood. But we're just going to use this as my base. So I teared it and I glued it on there. Now I'm going to do my moon. And everyone's moon can look differently. My moon is going to be yellow. And I'm painting my moon. And your moon doesn't have to be in the corner of the page. But I like to put my moon in the corner because I have a plan for my little moon. And one way you can make a moon is a half moon. But are all moons half moons? No, some of them are full moons. Some are round. Some look like a little semicircle. Mine kind of looks like a banana because the cloud I'm pretending is covering it is a banana cloud. That's silly, huh? So my moon, I'm going to do some radiating dots of color on the outside of my moon. And if you look out in a night sky, sometimes it looks as though the moon or the stars have little like dots around them because of the cloud cover or the reflection of it being so bright. And you can smear it a little bit if you want. See my moon? All right. And then I'm going to do some stars. And one thing you can do is you can mix your colors. Like, I'm going to mix a little bit of my yellow and my orange together to make a new color. And that's okay if you want to mix colors to make it look different. Now, does your star have to be a star that you've drawn? No, it can just be a dot. So here's my star in the sky. Here's my star. Now, that just looks like a dot in the sky. But if I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to swirl around that star. And my swirls are going to get smaller and lighter on the outside. See? Amazing how it looks like it's actually moving. Now maybe I don't want to do a star per se, and I want to make it look like there's like a motion, but the stars are so bright. So I'm going to do like a little swirly woo. That's a technical term right there, swirly woo. And I just swirled along. Hey, this could be your moon, it could be a star, whatever you like. But it looks like there's a motion. And if we look at Van Gogh's painting, there's a lot of swirls right here. And then the stars are radiating. And there's dots. And look at, there's different colors on the inside. So when you do your painting, you can do any of these techniques. Now, I did not finish my painting because I don't want you to copy what I did. I want everyone to do their own painting. And everyone's starry night is going to look different because not every starry night looks the same. If you were to look outside tonight, it would look completely different from last night. The stars don't look like they're in the same place. The cloud cover is different. The moon is a different shape. So I want you to use your imagination. Now, your choice of buildings are completely up to you. Do you want a hill? Do you want to use a church? Maybe maybe you have a church on the top of a hill, but you don't want to show the church by ripping the paper. So you just do a little light. And there's just a little light, and there's some radiating dots. Let me get some more paint on this. There's some radiating dots from your little light that you can see. And it's not a star. Maybe it's just a light from someone's window. But this is the technique I want you to try. Some swirls. I want you to do some radiating dots to show motion and color. And so everyone's painting is going to look different. Also, I want you to try to use your imagination. So everyone's going to get their own piece of paper, and everyone's going to do rings, and it's going to look different, and you can mix colors. So like I showed you, I took some of my paint. Everyone's going to have their little egg cartons if you want. And I took yellow and I mixed it with orange. Now you guys are going to have white, so you can make lighter orange or lighter yellow or even a mix of yellow, orange, and white to show a lighter color. That's how you're going to make your different colors. Now I want everyone to take out their black piece of paper, and you're going to paint your night sky. You're going to make your lighter colors. You're going to rip, and everyone has their glue and their construction scraps, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to make your own night sky. And we're going to try something that Van Gogh did. And the one thing I want you to remember about Van Gogh is that he had passion for painting. And he didn't copy what everyone else was doing. He did his own thing, and he used his own techniques. I have a sample from last year of a student, Lauren, who did this project. And Lauren, hers look different. Now yours isn't going to look like Lauren's. Lauren's has, maybe she really, I remember she really liked big stars. So she did some big stars. And then she used the white for one color, and then she mixed in some yellow and orange and radiated it. Look at the motion in this picture. It almost looks like this star is farther back. It's pretty cool. And then around this star, she kind of smushed some yellow paint around it. And it almost looks like when there's cloud cover in the sky that it makes a yellow haze. So that's pretty cool. And this, I think, this is her church. And this, she said, was the school. And here's a house and another house. But this is hers. And it looks completely different from what I did. So I want everyone to do their best and try to do their own technique in creating Van Gogh's Starry Night. So if you want to tear a church, or you want to tear a school, or maybe you don't even want buildings and you just want to do like a forest scene, and you all have different color scraps that you can use. So everyone go ahead and get out your black paper, your paints are set on your desk, and you each have a pile of scrap construction paper from other projects we've done, and go ahead and get started.